The hell is this? The game is my cerebral assassin Triple H love story? What?
Okay. Chill, homie, okay? Cause I know we's close to West Newbury. You used to be dropping your ahs and stuff all coming off mugging and stuff. But chill, man.
Oh my god.
The hell did I just come across?
Probably like Randy Orton x Triple H fanfiction.
Wait. Emily McMahon is well a McMahon child. Vince has more than one daughter. He actually has 4. What will Vince do when he finds out that Emily is in love with Triple H? How far will Vince go to keep them apart?
Oh my god. What? Someone made an original character and they made it Vince's kid? Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Oh fuck.
Follow Emily through her journey in WWF/WWE with her friends and family. Emily, Reinhardt, and Kira are the 3 not-so-secret daughters of Vince McMahon.
What? How does this... What?
Oh my god, meeting the characters.
Oh my god. No, you gotta keep reading this. Keep reading this.
Meeting the characters, name Kira McMahon, age 22. Looks, there's nothing there. Crush, Brad Maddox. Friends... Kelly, Caitlyn, Lita, Trish Stratus, CM Punk, Ryback, Zack Ryder, and mostly everyone.
What? Why did you just put mostly everyone?
Enemies, Big Show, The Shield, Alicia Fox, Antonio Cesar, Oksana,
Oh my god. Oh,
Brock Lesnar, and Paul
can't even
Heyman.
concentrate on the game anymore, because this is just insane.
Name, Reinhardt McMahon, age 21. Crush, Sheamus with a heart next to it. Friends, Sheamus, Layla, Maurice, Caitlyn, John Cena, Brad Maddox, Zack Ryder, Lita, and CM Punk. Enemies, Paul Heyman, Vicky Guerrero, Oksana, Rosa Mendez, Brock Lesnar, and Mark Henry. Name is Emily McMahon. Age 20, Crush Triple H. Friends, John Cena, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, Lita, Trish Stratus, Edge, Christian, Kelly, pretty much everyone. Enemies are Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman, Vicky Guerrero, and Mark Henry. Theme song, It's My Life by Bon Jovi. Wait, what?
God. How old is this person?
I don't know. Hold on a second. Time to play the game. Falling in love or falling in hate. Either way, you're gonna fall for me.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god. Okay, wait a second. Prologue. CM Punk was in the ring with Paul Heyman once again, saying how he is the best in the world and he deserves respect, and no one can beat him. I was sitting in my locker room watching this all unfold. I was sick and tired of hearing Punk go on and on about everything. It was stupid, pointless, aggravating, just plain annoying. I sighed as I heard him bring up The Rock and John Cena and Ryback. I've had enough of this. I got up and made my way toward the locker room door. Where are you going? He asked. To shut Punk up, I said and left the room. I had made my way to the gorilla.
Go on, don't stop. This is just...
Well, once there, I motioned for the tech to play my music. Once my theme hit, the crowd roared and effectively shut up Punk. As I made my way down to the ramp to the ring, I saw Punk glaring at me. I smiled at him. Nice to know I'm effectively pissing him off. But I continued. Now, if you somehow manage to survive and beat The Rock, then you're in for a treat. Because after the Royal Rumble, if you're still WWE Champion... What? Still WWE Champion, then Elimination Chamber, you're defending the title against me!
Wait, who is this talking?
Vince McMahon's younger daughter!
What? What is happening?
The crowd went nuts when I said that. Punk was shocked and started yelling at me and Vince. I walked to the ropes, fixing to get out, but stopped. I lifted the mic to my lips. Pipe bomb! I said,
my god.
I exited the ring with the crowd cheering upon hearing the news. Once I got to the back, I was met with a hug and a warm, muscly, safe, loving embrace. I looked up at the hazel eyes of my husband and smiled. You were amazing, babe! He smiled at me. Why, thank you, I said, smiling back, getting lost in those gorgeous hazel eyes that I've grown to love, and yet they still amaze me every day. He smiled and chuckled, then kissed me with so much of passion and love. Whoa. Hold up. Let's take you back to the very beginning, to where it all began. The start of this story, the start of where I was in the midst of the Attitude Era. Well, it all really began for me and my sisters, before I was married, before there was CM Punk, back when there was Jeff and Matt Hardy, back when there was the Texas Rattlesnake Stone Cold Steve Austin, back to when Triple H and Shawn Michaels were DX, and more importantly, where the WWE Universe found out about the 3 secret daughters of Vince McMahon, back when I was a part of DX and Team Extreme, back to when I met my husband, back when my older sisters Reinhardt and Kira started their training. Well, you get it. Back to where it all started for us. It's time to play the game.
What? This story sucks.
Hold on. Now it randomly mentions Stephanie McMahon. Looked at them. Do not. I said, do too. They said, do not. I said, do too. They said, do not. I was cut off by Dad. Yes, you do, Emily.
Oh my god.
Now are you girls ready? We have to meet your mother at the restaurant, he said. We all sighed and nodded our head. Yeah, we all sighed and nodded our head. We loved watching the show from backstage, but apparently that's not going to happen tonight. We followed Dad out to the limo that was waiting, and then we stepped in.
Oh god, no, not limos. This is not going well, if this follows WWE canon whatsoever.
At the restaurant, we were having a nice time until Steph decided we needed a little argument. So, Emily, I think you should stay away from Hunter, she said. We all looked at her. Why should I do that? I asked. Because he's bad news, she said, and took a sip of her drink. I rolled my eyes. Please, he is not bad news. What's so bad about hanging out with Hunter? I asked. She glared at me. He will use you, she said. I chuckled. No, he won't. He isn't that type of guy, I said. She was like death glaring me. Just stay away from Hunter, she said. Alright, that's enough. I don't want to hear another word about Hunter. Am I understood? Mom said. I looked at her. If she calls Vince, if she calls her dad Vince, then why not call her mother Linda? What the fuck?
Maybe she doesn't know. Maybe this writer doesn't know who fuck Linda McMahon is.
Later, when we got home, I went to my room and put on my jammies, and then went to Kira's room. Reinhardt was already out there. I threw myself onto Kira's bed and just laid there. I can't believe she'd do that, I grumbled. Reinhardt rubbed my back while Kira played with my hair. I like where this is going, he asked. I could tell he was a little worried about her. Hell, he may put me off that he worries about Shane. He may put off that he worries about Shane and Steph, but in reality, he cares more about me, Rain, and Emily.
Oh my god. Why would you write that? Oh my god.
She's in my room with Reinhardt. We're having a movie night to get her mind off the argument, I said. He nodded his head. All right. Just making sure she's not getting into trouble, he said. I chuckled and walked away as I walked in. This family really likes to chuckle. I chuckled and walked away. As I walked into the kitchen, Steph was coming out. She gave me a small glare, and everyone likes to glare at each other, by the way. They're just sitting there. Me being the curious person I am, I picked it up and opened it. I read over the page that was dated for today. My eyes whitened at what I was reading. Steph was planning on ruining any chance Emily and Hunter had to get together. I set the book down and took out the popcorn. Right at that second. And I love how they're kind of playing them as if, these girls are, teenagers.
Yeah, I like how old is Stephanie at this point? 37? 36? And she's acting like a 16-year-old little girl.
This is during the Attitude Era.
Oh, is it? Okay,
yeah,
my bad.
Said. Besides, she's planning on ruining Hunter. She's planning on turning Hunter against you.
Turning heel.
So he would never get a shot with him and he'd be all yours. Hers. I saw the anger in both Emily and Rain's eyes. I was angry myself. Steph has Test, but is trying to get Hunter because she kind of likes him too. We all decided to ignore it and just continue on with our movie night. Halfway through the second movie, we fell asleep. We're back from Emily's point of view now. The next morning, I woke up before Kira and Rain. I went downstairs to get something to drink and make some breakfast for us. Halfway through making breakfast, Kira and Rain came down and helped me with it. Steph walked through the kitchen door and smirked at me. Everything Kira told us last night about her plan came flooding back, and I was ready to attack. I was fixing to confront her. This family also likes to be fixing for things. I was fixing to confront her, but was stopped by the girls. Right at that moment, Mom walked through, followed by Dad. Let it go, Em. We can handle this some other time, Rain said in my ear. I just nodded. Morning, guys! Here comes the money! Shane said coming into the kitchen. It really says, morning, guys, here comes the money. Shane said coming into the kitchen. He walked over to me, Rain, and Kira. Morning, girls, he said, and he hugged us and kissed our foreheads. Did I forget to mention Shane is more protective and lovable toward us than he is toward Steph?
Oh my god.
No? Well, he is. Oh my god, this story. Here I am, sitting on the couch in our personal locker room, bored out of my mind. Rain and Kira were talking to Dad in his office. Mom and Shane were at the hotel, and Steph was with Andrew. AKA Test, in case you weren't following along. I was watching Raw, but I was super bored. I wanted to do something.
A shitty episode of Raw, apparently. she's burying the product that her father runs.
It's been 2 months since I last talked to Hunter. And smirked. Why don't you tell Mom and Dad about your little escapade with Hunter last week, she said. I looked at her confused. What are you talking about, I asked. Her smirk widened. Oh, you know, the night I walked into the hotel room and found you and Hunter getting a little cozy together. Dad dropped his fork. What? He asked. I looked at him. It's not true, Daddy, I swear, I said. Mom looked at us. I thought I said there would be no more talking about Hunter for a while. She said you could see the anger in her eyes. I looked at her. I didn't bring him up, Steph did. I said, you got cozy with Hunter, Dad yelled. I looked at Rain and Kira and Shane with wide, pleading eyes. Dad, Steph is lying, Kira said, trying to get Dad to listen. Dad looked at Steph. Are you lying, Stephanie? He asked, trying to stay calm. Steph pulled the innocent look. No, Daddy, I swear, I would never lie about walking in on Des and Hunter. What, Des? Who the hell is Des? Walking in on Des and Hunter having fun. She's my baby sister, and I'm just trying to look out for her. My eyes widened. I can't believe she'd stoop this low. I was never with Hunter last week in the hotel. I was with Kira, Rain, and Shane. I walked in on Steph and Andrew. Oh my god. Dad's eye twitched, and the vein in his neck started to pop out. You slept with Hunter, he yelled. No, I didn't. I swear she's lying. I walked in on her and Andrew. Dad, you have to believe me, I said, pleading for him to listen. Dad, come on, you know Des wouldn't do that. Who the fuck is Des?
I don't know. Maybe it's like a bastard child that Vince had.
Come on, you know Des. I thought this chick's name was Emily. You know Des wouldn't do that, Shane said. I looked at Shane thankfully, and he just nodded his head. I looked at Kira and Rain, and they were shocked and glaring at Steph. This was her plan. I should have known. You're to stay away from Hunter. No talking to him, no hanging with him. Stay clear of him, am I understood? Dad yelled. I snapped my head in his direction. Daddy, please don't do this. You know Hunter is my best friend. Please, I begged. He glared at me, but Mom spoke up. You will do as your father says, and after you get ready, I'm taking you to the doctor for a test. Test.
Did this actually say his theme song?
Yeah. I looked at them in disbelief. They were actually going to believe Stephanie over me. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god, I can't. They were actually going to make me stay away from my best friend. And they actually believe I slept with him and might be pregnant. I looked at them with tears and hate in my eyes. I looked directly at Mom and Dad. I hate you, I whispered, and then I looked Steph in the eyes. Go to hell. And with that, I stormed out of the kitchen and went to my room, slamming the door shut. End of flashback. So needless to say, after we got back from the doctor, I didn't talk to anyone. I locked myself in my room and just listened to them arguing downstairs. The test came back.
Oh my god, why is it written that way? It's so bad.
No. I still haven't talked to my parents or Steph. I only talked to Kira, Rain, and Shane. Kira and Rain were actually talking to Dad right now about what they wanted to do. Kira wanted to take a break from all this and go stay in Florida with some of her friends for a little while, and then she'd start training. Rain wanted to travel around for a couple years. Her dream was to go to Ireland and travel around. I knew Dad was going to let them do what they wanted, so I was going to be stuck in the house by myself. I was snapped out of my... Oh my god, this is going to be the best part of the story. I was in my thoughts when I heard Hunter's theme. I watched as he made his way to the ring. He was fighting Andrew tonight for the #1 contender spot for the WWE title. I watched as Hunter had the advantage until Steph started distracting the ref. I laughed as the ref made her leave. In the middle of the match, Andrew got the upper hand. I got up and walked to the curtain. I looked at the tech and motioned for him to play my theme, and he did. Yes, Vince McMahon's secret underage daughter has a theme song, and she's about to go to the ring. The crowd roared, and I stepped out and stood at the top of the ramp. Andrew and Hunter looked at me confused, and I smiled. I pointed to Hunter and smirked and made the motion for him holding the belt. Hunter smirked and got what I was doing, but Andrew wasn't paying attention to him. He kept looking at me and pointing while yelling. Of course I couldn't hear what he was yelling, considering the crowd overpowered him. Hunter grabbed a handful of Andrew's hair and slammed him to the mat. He threw punch after punch at Hunter, and they all connected. He saw an opening and took it, kicking Andrew in the gut and setting him up for the pedigree. He connected it and went for the pin and won! I smiled as they played his theme. Hunter looked at me, pointed, and smiled. I turned around and walked away. I got to the back and was met by my father. "What do you think you're doing? You cost Andrew the match," he said as calmly as he could. Steph was glaring at me. "He's supposed to be the #1 contender, not Hunter." "God, you ruin everything," she said. I looked at them both and smirked. I just stood at the top of the ramp and watched. I was bored because I'm not allowed to have friends, apparently. This is so dramatic for wrestling. I'm a teenage girl, so I'm going to go out in the middle of Monday Night Raw and stand on the ramp. I said, then looked at Steph. And if he was supposed to be #1 contender and not Hunter, then he should have been paying more attention to the match and not me. #1 rule, Steph, don't get distracted when in a match. One wrong move and your ass is finished, I said. Dad sighed. She's right. She didn't interfere, so I can't undo the win. Hunter lost focus for a couple seconds, but was back in the game. Andrew, on the other hand, was yelling at Emily. He's just going to have to wait a little longer to go after the title, he said, and then walked away. I love how they're making wrestling real and not scripted.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. I was like, this is all... Wrestling is real in this story. If kayfabe was completely true, this is what it would be like if it were, like... if Destiny was dictated by a teenage girl.
Stephanie glared at me. Don't think this isn't over. I get it. You got jealous when Hunter was paying attention to me out there, so you decided to try and get back at me, she said, smirking.
Yeah, everyone's smirking and chuckling in the story. It's terrible.
Smirking, chuckling, and glaring. Speaking of it, I chuckled. Please, Hunter was looking at you in disgust and annoyance. Let's face it, Steph, you're jealous Hunter is friends with me and not you. And you mad because he won and not your precious little boy toy, I said, smirking. She glared and her nose flared.
What? She glared and her nose flared?
Hey, I'm here, he said, wrapping his arms around me. I hugged back and a couple tears escaped. Next thing I know, he's picking me up and carrying me to the locker room. Oh boy. Once inside, he sat on the couch with me on his lap.
Oh my god.
I heard everything that was said between your dad, Steph, and you, he said, looking at me. I sniffed and chuckled. Nice conversation, right? I get in trouble for nothing, he said. He looked at me confused and a little hurt. Why have you been ignoring me for the last 2 months, he asked. I looked at him. I'm being forced to stay away. Steph lied and I got in trouble, I said. What did she say? He asked. I chuckled slightly. She told Dad that she walked in on us having fun. Dad went crazy and kept repeating, I can't believe you slept with Hunter. And then Mom took me to the doctor to take a test, I said. He looked at me. A test?
What? No, he didn't say that. He didn't say it like that.
Oh
no! Oh my! So, you know, just keep going. I don't even have anything to say anymore. Just go ahead.
Here comes another great part. Now I was chuckling. She wasn't doing it before. Yeah, pregnancy, I said. Oh my god. Yeah, pregnancy test, I said. He looked at me and chuckled. So we apparently slept together and you might have gotten pregnant. Sounds nice, he said, smiling. I looked at him. What? Well, you see, he couldn't even form a sentence from how nervous he was. I situated myself so I was straddling him instead of sitting sideways on his lap. He was looking down, so I put my hand under his chin and I lifted his head so I can look at him. You can tell me, Hunter, I said softly. He looked at me and sighed. What Steph said to you before she slapped you, he said. I looked at him confused on where he was going with this. What about it? I asked, looking down. She was wrong. He said, I'm not hers, I'm someone else's. I sighed. I knew she was wrong. I'm not stupid. I see the way you look at her when she's around, I said, chuckling at the end. He chuckled.
Oh
True.
my god, no more chuckling. Fuck. Did she fucking proofread this? Oh my god.
He chuckled. True. Then he turned serious. Like I said, I'm someone else's. Whose? I whispered, still looking down. He lifted my chin up and looked at me in the eye with a smile. Yours, he said.
This is the worst thing I've ever heard involving wrestling. I've seen some bad shit, but this might be the worst. And that's saying something.
Oh god. My eyes widened. Mine? I asked, shocked. He nodded his head. Yes, yours. But, and, you, I couldn't say anything. I was too shocked. He sighed. Look, I know we're best friends and you probably don't like me back. I just had to get that off my chest. I know I'm probably getting you in trouble with being in here with me, but I couldn't take being away from you any longer. I cut him off by kissing him. He kissed back after a couple seconds of being shocked. As the kiss intensified, I found us lying down on the couch. Hunter didn't push his boundaries and kept his hands in one place. One hand was placed on my waist. The other was placed slightly above my head to keep his weight from squishing me. My hands entangled with his hair. After a couple more minutes of intense making out, we both pulled away. Hunter looked at me and smiled. So, Emily McMahon, will you be mine? Yeah, I love how Triple H sounds like a freaking 16-year-old boy who just hit puberty.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Okay. I looked at him and said, and smiled, always. Just then the door opens, and there standing in the doorway was Kira and Rain.
I thought she was gonna say Stephanie McMahon, and then Triple H would like bury her or something.
Pedigree. Hunter sat up and pulled me up with him. I fixed my shirt since it had turned all the nice madness. Ooh, were we interrupting something? Rain asked, smirking. Smirking. I glared. Give me a damn heart attack. God, I thought you were Dad, I said. Kira smirked. Ooh, so we were interrupting something, Rain, she said. Hunter chuckled. Well, since
Oh my god! Stop glaring, chuckling, and smirking. Fuck.
Yes, they both smiled and squealed. Finally, oh my god, we're so happy for you guys. I chuckled. Okay, past the happiness you have for us. What did you need? I asked. Kira grimaced a little bit.
Oh, and grimaced. Oh no.
Oh, it gets worse. Dad is looking for you, and by the looks of it, I think we're going to have a family meeting tonight. I groaned. Great, I swear if Steph says anything to get me in trouble again, the bitch is getting punched for slapping me and pissing me off, I grumbled. Hunter pulled me into his side and just held me. Rain and Kira glared. Steph hit you? Rain asked through gritted teeth. She's going to get it, Kira said with anger in her eyes. I sighed. Let's not worry about that right now. We have to meet up with Dad before he finds us and I get murdered, I said, standing up. Well, I'll see you girls later, Hunter said, looking at Rain and Kira when he turned to me. See you later, babe. He kissed me at the end, which made the girls, aww. Skipping meeting up with Vince and the ride home. We were all sitting around in the living room because we had to have a family meeting. I was already bored. We've only been here for like 5 minutes. So I decided to let Rain and Kira do what they want. So in a couple months, Rain, you'll be able to start traveling around, and Kira, you'll be able to go to Florida, Dad said.
Dude, your Vince is terrifying.
They both smiled and hugged him. Steph seemed a little down. I know I'm mad at her, but I guess I'm just too nice or something, so I was kind of worried about her. Suddenly, all the attention was on me. What? I asked. Dad just looked at me with this look while Mom looked at me sympathetically. Sweetie, your father thinks it's best for the business if we have a wedding. Oh my god! It's gonna be what's best for business.
I have nothing to say anymore. This is just...
I looked at her confused. Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god, dude.
What? What now? What? I'm ready. My body is ready for this
I
next part.
looked at her confused. What? This is where I start to question what the hell is going on, because they already made wrestling seem like it's real. But, okay, this is what Linda McMahon says. She says, "Sweetie, your father thinks it's best for the business if we have a wedding." I looked at her confused. "What does that have to do with me?" I asked. "You're going to be marrying Andrew on Raw in a month. Your storyline right now will end on Monday, and you'll start your storyline with Andrew." Dad said in that tone that said, "You're going to do it, and it's final." My eyes widened. "What? Why me?" I asked. "Because Kira and Rain are going to be leaving in 2 months' time. Shane is already engaged, and Steph is in a different storyline. Plus, with this storyline, the WWE Universe will find out about a third McMahon child." She came out earlier!
Yeah, she came out a bunch of times. This makes no sense. This is where the story's logic completely crumbles apart more than it already did.
"But Andrew is Steph's boyfriend. She should do this, not me," I said. Steph looked down. "He broke up with me after I slapped you. I'm sorry about hitting you. I was mad and I didn't know what came over me. I know we didn't get along, but believe me when I say I don't want you to do this either," she said, and for once I actually believed her. Dad sighed. "Andrew asked for the storyline. When he actually asked for a real wedding. You're doing this, Emily, and that's final."
What the fuck is wrong with Vince? God damn, Vince. You're worse than I thought you were.
Daddy walked out of the room. Why is it always me? Great, now I have to marry Andrew in a month. Wonder how well that conversation will go with Hunter. "Tomorrow we'll say we're going shopping and having a girls' day so you can talk to Hunter," Kira whispered in my ear. "Don't worry, Em. We'll help you get through this," Rain said. I looked at them. "Just help me come up with a plan," I said. "I already have an idea forming in my mind. I just need their help and Hunter's, and then we're all gonna be good." How about we just walk around or go to the park?" I said. He nodded. "Okay." We walked off to the store we were in. I saw Rain and Kira trying to look inconspicuous. "Hey Kira, hey Rain," Hunter said.
Yo, you're disconnecting. Fuck, I'm dead. Yep, he's gone. Oh great, now everything is lowered because he's like trying to reconnect and it defaults everything to super low volume when that happens. I don't know where Cpman went. Like he's like completely gone, I think. Oh no. I still see him in the chat, but I don't see him. Let me call him back. Maybe he'll pick up. Maybe he won't. Now I gotta reset the volume all over again, because Skype lowers everything when I call someone. It's so annoying. You can fucking hear it too. He's not picking up. I think he just died or something. I think that diabetes finally like got to him. You can't end this on a cliffhanger, Cpman. You gotta come back. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, my computer, I'm gonna assume because of that story blue screened and then restarted itself. Like my whole computer froze and then I got some weird blue screen that was like, "Oh, we're sorry, but your computer suffered an error and we have to restart it."
God, the story's that bad? Holy
damn.
shit.
Anyway, where were we? Oh yes, Hunter and Emily were walking in the park. "How about we just walk around the park?" "Hey Hunter," they both said, smiling as well. "Take care of our sister." He chuckled and looked over his shoulder. "I will." For the next 2 hours, Hunter and I had fun laughing, joking, talking, and just goofing off. We took pictures together and got... Imagine Triple H laughing, joking, talking, goofing off, and taking selfies, getting lunch, he said. I know, that's why we have a plan. We both looked at the girls and I smirked. You mean I have a plan, I said. They sighed, yes, you have a plan. I'm listening, Hunter said. And the planning begins. It's time to play the game.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna be the part where we bury this Andrew, right?
Yeah, where Barry's test in high hell. Spidey, no, stop! Suddenly Jedi Knight. I looked at myself in the mirror. I was wearing a white wedding dress that went down to my knees, white high heels and a small veil. My hair was in loose curls and my makeup was light. The dress was like a corset top with thin, thick straps that hung slightly off my shoulders. Hell, the top was tight and pushed my boobs up and showed a good amount of cleavage.
Oh my god.
How the hell did Dad think I looked beautiful? Well, Vince McMahon always has had incestual tendencies.
Oh god. Oh my god, no. No, why did you write that emoji? Oh my god. Oh, please, God, no, no. I said the story wouldn't surprise me anymore, but she goes to write that. Like, why would you put that in the story?
I don't know.
Why would you? All right, go. Please, go ahead. Go on.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Andrew waiting. I'm sorry. It's time. Let's go. We don't want to keep Andrew waiting. Dad said, ushering everyone out of the room. We walked down the hall and I saw Hunter. We made eye contact and he smirked. He smirked at me and winked, causing me to blush. Eyes off my daughter, Hunter. Dad glared and pulled me along. I heard Hunter chuckle as we passed. Not gonna happen, boss, he said, and I could tell he was smirking. We made it to the gorilla, and I saw Andrew was already out there.
Was he chuckling?
Yes. I saw Andrew was already out there. Well, actually, he just got there. I sighed. This is gonna be awesome and hilarious. This is gonna be awesome. Steph and Shane walked out, followed by Kira and John Cena. And what? Attitude Era!
I know! John Cena's in the Attitude Era suddenly.
And then, wait, who the hell is Sora? And then
Kingdom Hearts.
Alright, let me repeat this sentence. Steph and Shane walked out, followed by Kira and John Cena, then Sora and Randy Orton. Tonight, the WWE, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Then the WWE Universe was witnessing the wedding of the McMahon baby, and they get to see all 4 McMahon children along with Mom and Dad. Their reactions to the news of 4 McMahon children is hilarious. Ready? Dad asked, looking at me. I looked at him and unrolled my eyes. I have no choice in the matter, remember? I said. He sighed. Touché, he grumbled. They played the stupid music and Dad walked me out. The crowd was screaming and Andrew was smiling. I forced a smile, but then actually smiled when I thought about Hunter. We reached the podium and Dad in one of the unused locker rooms in the deserted hallway. And then they gotta go on. Then they gotta go ahead and list off everyone. The only people who knew where we were was Kira, Rain, Shane, Steph, Sean, John, Randy, and a couple other friends. Once that was changed, we headed to the hotel to continue our honeymoon. Oh boy. I woke up the next morning in Hunter's arms. I leaned up, propping myself on my elbow, and touched his cheek. He looked so peaceful and carefree. I ran my thumb over his bottom lip and over his jaw before entangling my fingers in his hair. I leaned down and placed a light kiss on his lips.
Hold on, just before you keep going, I'd just like to let you know that I've beaten both Dig Dug the Range and Pac-Man Ranged in the time you've been fucking reading this, and some other things.
Did you do pole position? Or whatever the hell it is?
I did. I played that too, but I played for like 5 minutes and I was like, fuck this.
Alright. When I pulled away, he opened his eyes and looked at me with a breathtaking smile. Morning, he said in a raspy voice. I smiled. Morning! I love waking up like this, he said. I looked at him and smirked. Like this, waking up with only a sheet covering you? Totally a nice way to wake up, I said sarcastically. He chuckled and pulled me on top of them. That's one way to wake up, just as long as it's you I wake up like that too, he said, softly kissing me. But I was talking about waking up to you every morning. I love it, and it's something I can do for the rest of my life, he said, kissing me again. I smiled in the kiss and pulled away. For air. Before kissing him again. He flipped us over so he was on top and causing the sheet to tangle around us even more. I pulled away. We should get ready now, I said. Mm-hmm, he said, kissing my neck. Hunter, I'm serious. We have to get ready and head to Fan Thing. I said, chuckling softly. He sighed, I don't want to. Can't we just stay here all day? We should be able to take at least a day off considering we're newlyweds, he said, attacking my neck again. I bit my lip and pushed his chest before I gave in. He pulled away and looked at me with a questioning look. Oh, now she's gonna call him Paul? What the fuck?
No, oh, there's no consistency in this fucking story. In one moment, it's all kayfabe, and the next moment, oh, wrestling's real. It's like, keep going. Just, fuck this fucking story.
Paul, seriously, we have to get ready. Plus, if we start now, we'd never stop, I said, causing him to smirk. Stop thinking perverted thoughts and get to moving, I said. He raised an eyebrow and his smirk widened.
Raised an eyebrow. He's stealing The Rock's gimmick now? What's going on?
Get to moving. How can I do that when you're telling me that we have to get ready? I groaned. I walked into that one, I grumbled. Come on, Mr. Levesque. Just think. We get the fan thing over with and done, and whatever else we have to do then I'm all yours tonight and tomorrow. Yes, ma'am, Mrs. Levesque, he said, pecking my lips and getting up. Miscarriage I've had, Paul. What if we can't have kids? Then we'll adopt, he said. Or I'll divorce you, because you either adapt or if you adopt.
No, that would be the greatest thing ever. And then he like pedigrees her, and then like evolution themed plays. She would literally type it out as then Triple H chuckled and pedigreed her, and then through the speakers you could hear Triple H with the microphone saying, "Evolution is a mystery."
Oh my god. I almost misread that as, when he said, then we'll adopt, I almost misread that as, then we'll adapt.
Yeah.
We'll just keep trying if we have to. As long as I have you by my side, I'm happy. That night, Hunter let me relax. I got a phone call from Rain. We talked about her trip in Ireland and how it was going. I haven't talked to her in a couple months. I'm just glad she's having an amazing time on her time traveling around. She told me about this guy she met. His name is Steven, and he's trained to be a wrestler. Of course he is. After I talked to her, I got a call from Kira. How convenient. She told me about her stay in Florida and what her and her friends have been up to. She met this guy, but they didn't last long. We didn't talk long because she had to finish getting ready for some party. I told them both about the news, and I could tell they were both sad. Way to be a downer, bitch. Anyway, I had called Mom earlier and told her, and she cried. She really wants grandkids. Babe, come on, let's go to bed, Hunter said, walking into the room after cleaning the dishes. I looked at him and opened my arms. Carry me? I asked. He chuckled and smiled, and walked over to me and lifted me up to carry me to our room, bridal style. Halfway up the stairs, he winked at me and had a smirk on his face, and I knew what that had meant. Hunter looked into our room and dropped me on the bed, causing me to laugh. He got on top of me and kissed me. We ended up making out and doing other stuff with 2 exclamation points.
Oh my god.
2 months later, I've been traveling with WWE and being more active in what happens at the shows. The fans love having me and Steph there, and when we come out, they know shit is about to go down. I accompany Hunter to the ring a lot, and every time I do, they always announce me as Emily McMahon Helmsley. Anyway, things between me and Hunter have changed. I don't know what happened, but tonight I'm going to find out. Come on, we have to get out there before Dad does something stupid, Steph said. I looked at the screen and saw Dad and Hunter going head-to-head. They have been arguing over the last couple weeks, and I have no idea why. My cell started ringing, and I looked at the ID, and then looked at Steph. I'll be right there, I said. She nodded and headed to the gorilla. Pregnancy that we did in the other 2. John got Hunter in the AA. John! I yelled, and he looked at me, and I smiled. He looked confused, but that was soon replaced by shock as Hunter took the distraction and DDT'd him.
Wait, what? DDT?
Yeah, he DDT'd him.
He's stealing The Rock's moveset now, too?
Oh my god. Hey, when you're the game's wife and he's technically a bad guy right now, you have to be a bad guy too. Put on your bad guy mask.
Dude, we're going back to bad guy instead of, like, heels?
I'm in a less than reputable character on TV right now. You should sit down, Sean said beside me. I looked at him. I don't want to, I whined. He looked at me. Em, you need to sit down. You've been on your feet all day. You really need to start taking it easy. Now go sit down before something happens to my niece or nephew / godchild. He said, apparently Shawn Michaels is Triple H's actual brother.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with that?
Oh my god!
What the hell? Dude, my own ship is shooting at me. I didn't know that could happen.
There's about to be a couple of new characters introduced.
Oh no. What?
Oh my god. Now go sit down before something happens to my niece or nephew / godchild, he said, ushering me over to the commentary to sit down. I sat down in the extra chair near Jerry and I put on the headset. Hey, Emily! Puppies! Jerry said.
Oh man. I think my game glitched out, by the way. Like they captured my ship and then my ship started attacking me. It was really weird.
I looked at him and smiled. Hey, Jerry! So why did you yell out John's name? Michael Cole asked. I chuckled. Michael, I'm the game's wife, therefore I will help the game when needed. You do realize you could have just costed John Cena his title, right? Michael said annoyingly. I sighed and looked at him. Yes, Michael, I know that. Part of me feels bad about that, but I don't want my husband to lose. Now shut up and leave me alone. Kiss on her lips. She turned on her back to make it easier to kiss her. Pulling away breathlessly, I hovered over her before making my way down her body and stopping while I was aligned perfectly with her stomach. And good morning to you, I said, placing a kiss on her baby bump. Triple H, you're being a tool. Stop it. Oh, good morning to you. I'm gonna kiss your belly. She ran hands through my hair and chuckled. Nice, get her to start kicking right when I wake up. I looked up at her and smiled. What can I say? She's a daddy's girl already.
Dude, I'm waiting for the part where the story just goes. The story just turns into like, "Hey Hunter, what are you doing?" And he just turns around and he's like, "I'm doing stuff, things." As Rick Grimes took off his cowboy hat and gave it to his son Carl, and then it just turns into Walking Dead immediately. And like none of this shit she wrote mattered at all, and it just turns into a Walking Dead fan fiction.
And then Rick Grimes turned off his TV and realized there were zombies outside.
Yeah.
How fun did I roll? Hunter, why are you calling? We just talked like an hour ago, Kira said. I took a deep breath. Kira, Emily's in emergency surgery right now. Oh my god!
What?
This next sentence. She gasped and I heard glass shatter somewhere in the background.
What?
Oh my god! Oh. Oh. And I heard glass shatter in the background. Oh my god, I'm done. Oh god. That is the funniest shit in this entire story. What? What happened? She asked. I don't know. She just started seizing. I called her dad. I called your dad and him and your mom are on their way, I asked. I heard her shuffling around. I'll be there as soon as I can. I'll call Rain and tell her. You should call everyone else. Kira, you don't have to do that, I said. I do, Hunter. That's my baby sister. I'm going to be there no matter what, she said. After a couple minutes of trying to convince her she didn't have to catch the next flight out, and ultimately failing, we said goodbye, and I was once again... Oh my god! These next two sentences are going to probably make us both bust out laughing. I'm just letting you know. Dr. Clark looked at everyone behind me, and then looked back at me. Family only, he said. We're all family, Randy Orton said, looking at him.
Oh, fuck.
Dr. Clark raised his eyebrows. How? Cena sighed. Working in WWE, we all become a family of sorts. We treat each other like family because we are all we got when we are traveling and away from our families back home. Emily's like our sister. I'm her father. Can you please tell me what's going on? Vince asked. Dr. Clark looked at Vince and then at me. Please, what's wrong with my wife? Is she alright? Is the baby alright? I asked, tears coming to my eyes again. Alright, what's going on? Dr. Clark sighed. Well, Emily's blood pressure decreased severely, which ended up causing her heart rate to slow down. Her oxygen level started to decrease as well, which caused the air supply to cut off from her brain and returning, causing her to have seizures. He said and then took a deep breath. With Emily being 6 months pregnant, there was more danger than usual. Not only was Emily's life at risk, but the fetus was... He chuckled. Oh my god! He chuckled! Emily is 5 now. She's being prepped to be moved into her own room. He chuckled! At such a serious part, he chuckled!
I'm gonna get myself killed in this game if I keep fucking laughing.
What about the baby? Is the baby alright? I asked. He sighed and looked down, back at me, causing my heart to stop. We had to remove the baby, he said. You were just chuckling, you dick! We had to remove the baby, he said, and upon seeing our fear-stricken faces, he quickly carried on. Don't worry, we got the baby out in time. Now we had to put her in... Oh shit, what the fuck happened? Alright, no, sorry. I actually clicked that. I actually keep clicking that stupid Windows button. What the fuck? There we go. I don't like Windows 8. Anyway.
I don't like it either.
Don't worry, we got to the baby in time. Now we have to put her in the NICU in an incubator so she can develop fully and get stronger. Right now she has a 50-50 chance of making it, but I'm positive she'll pull through. I cleared my throat. Can I see them? I softly asked. He looked at me and nodded. I can only allow 5 at a time. Steph sniffed. Hunter, Mom, Dad, Kira, and Rain, you guys go. Shane and I will meet up. We'll go up after you guys. Dr. Clark nodded and then gestured for us to follow him. He led us to the floor both Emily and our baby girl would be staying at. We came to a stop in front of a window. I looked at...
Hang on. I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to predict that she lives, obviously, but I'm going to predict that the entire seizure thing was somehow... I don't know how it would happen, but she would somehow write it in that she was getting seizures because of Stephanie McMahon. And that she was trying to kill her. That's gonna be my prediction.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Wait a second. Dr. Clark nodded and gestured for us to follow him. He led us to the floor. Both Emily, I looked in front of it and saw my little girl. What I saw brought tears to my eyes and broke my heart. God, please let my baby girl live. Help Emily and our daughter make it through this and come out strong. Please help my family stay safe and alive. Oh, fuck. That's the end of the story.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's kind of anticlimactic. I got myself killed.
I need to see these comments. Hold on, let me read some of these comments. 5 months ago,
I can't
from
even
Cass...
concentrate. But go ahead. I can't concentrate while you're reading this. I'm just too busy smirking and chuckling.
Cassie says, I really like this story. My favorite wrestler is Triple H, so you got extra points. I hope you update soon. Seth Rollins said, update please.
Wow, Seth Rollins, you really sunk low. This makes sense in kayfabe too, because he left fucking Shield for Triple H too, so it makes sense that he would read fanfictions about him.